So, hello guys, all join after dark today,
Yeah,
every weekend late night on Friday. So today we're going to start our Rhino workshop with Antonio, as MEP engineer, and Goran, structural engineer, and me, myself, architect. So we are trying to do the Rhino and Grasshopper workshop. So Antonio, can you introduce shortly yourself?
yeah, of course.
And your
Hi, my name is Antonio, coming from Croatia, Zagreb. Currently working as beam lead in digital construction technologies group in Zagreb here. Um, More or less, they are beam consultancy firm
Mhm.
focused on information management and modeling part. So, but also 3D scans and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Looking forward to see what Rhino can do um, for MEP part of the project. So
Mm,
yeah,
that's great. Not many MEP engineers using Rhino, so I'm glad that you are jump in this workshop.
yeah, it's always good to learn new stuff and try to implement it in everyday's workflows.
So I'm looking forward. Maybe we can do really awesome stuff in the future. And
Yeah.
Goran, please.
Hi guys, my name is Goran and MEP. I'm also from Croatia, Zagreb, a structural engineer and BIM manager in one company here in Zagreb. I'm also looking forward
Mm,
to make some nice job regarding Rhino and Grasshopper, and additionally with some other software
yeah,
which
right.
we'll use. Yeah,
I think yeah, it will be great after, especially for structural engineer. There are many opportunity for RFEM or
yeah,
Sophistic, Caramba 3D, and
yeah.
so many
There's many
plugins.
interesting things, optimization,
Yeah.
parameterization, and all the stuff.
So we
Very
are
good.
kicking off today, and with the time, I think we can discover more and more. Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Then let's get started all together. You ready?
yeah. Let's
Okay,
go.
let's go. If you go to Food for Rhino, it's called Food for Rhino. And this page, you can find all the plugin for Grasshopper or Rhino apps. It's called Food for Rhino. And for example, I want to search for Caramba 3D. And when you search, then it'll lead to Caramba 3D. And from here, you can get some extra information, example file or installation and etc. Okay.
Hmm.
Or let's say I want to find MEP. MEP.
Of course, you didn't find it.
Pipe or something. Uh, yeah,
Let's see.
yeah. That's a
Don't
big,
see any.
big like a big missing part in building industry. The usually because the MEP Rhino piping, you can see, um,
Hmm.
something like that. So you can get also full documentation of like 3D elements in Rhino,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
really nice actually, because it's really intuitive and so that's
Yeah, I
why.
know. For the piping, if you are a piping specialist,
Mhm,
I think most wanted software right now, if you want to get a really good job and you can get paid really good,
mhm,
it's Autodesk Plant 3D.
yeah,
It's like AutoCAD's 3D piping software
mhm,
where you can connect schemes with 2D with 3D,
mhm,
and on 3D you get into real detailed
mhm,
drawings that you are doing for the piping with
mhm,
all the screws,
mhm,
when bolts, everything is in there. So you just need to have a good library of families and
mhm,
everything,
mhm,
so you can work. But yeah, it's I think currently it's in the
yep,
top
yep.
softwares for the piping.
But that once you know use Rhino, then you can also coordinate with AutoCAD really well. So that's the another benefit.
Yeah,
And
that's why what I'm looking for to see
mhm.
how can I connect it to the MEP.
Yeah, okay. So there's certainly some benefit also MEP engineer can use Rhino. So now let's have a look the actual topics. My mouse is a bit slow. One moment.
Yeah.
So do you see here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So when you have Rhino, first of all, open, and when you say new, they suggest you this template file, as always, all the software in general, yeah, template file.
Yeah.
Because we are working in large object with a building, so better to use this large object meter as a template.
Okay.
Then this is the first look how it opens. And you have like a typical 3D software, like top, front, right view, and you have perspective view in your view canvas. And each view you can double click on here, this top left corner, then it will maximize that view for your use. Or once again, when you double click again, it will minimize. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I seen that on your 50 commands for Rhino.
Okay. We already watched that kind of.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Not
actually,
all of it, not
yeah.
all of it. I saved somewhere
Okay.
something for this
Actually,
lesson.
that's kind of similar what I'm gonna do, but you
Okay,
can
no problem.
drag and you can also drag and drop to take on to take extended another window to your another monitor if you have double monitor or something. So it's not limited. You can
Yeah.
continuously do that. So you can like really make a lot of windows, and each window you can also swap from drop down menu to if you go set view, you can go to, for example, bottom view, or you can go to set view, um, make it another perspective, or going to left view, or etc. Okay, and you can
Okay.
also close it. So this is just basic viewport you can explore.
Mate, can I easy change
Language.
language? Yeah.
I think you have to install.
Install it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Okay.
Or if you
Uh,
put under dash and command in English, then it will
Same
always
as
work.
AutoCAD. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
same as AutoCAD.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay.
first of all, I'm gonna show you how to draw like icons. I mean, using icon, not rather than command word for today. So you can just follow. But basically, what I'll do here, there's a box, very simple box on the corner here,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna use box. And just like AutoCAD, you have here command, yeah, command tab, and we can put first coordination 0, and it comes to um, like in this on this grid 0, and you can type like 5 meter on length, and then another, and you can put like 3 meter or something in the as a height. So you have this box geometry, for example, here you can draw. And from the viewport, when you drop down here, you can change between wireframe, shaded view, rendered, or you can go to ghost view, and you can also change the X-ray. But before change the X-ray and other view, I'm going to copy this object. So what you can do,
How can you go to that menu?
uh,
Is it right click or?
menu here. If you
No,
see here
just
small arrow here, you can click
left click.
Okay.
that
Okay, okay, okay,
drop
okay.
down
Now
menu,
I see.
and you can find if it's rendered or ghosted. Uh, do you need help, Joanna? No? Okay. All right. So once you have it, you can copy this. You can move it right and move it right by holding Alt key. You can hold Alt key, and if you don't have this gumball, bottom here, you can turn on the gumball while you are selecting. You see here on the bottom, you can check gumball, and this gumball is up here, and that's the basically you can move using gumball, or you can type like AutoCAD command copy, and you can copy the object. Okay, it's exactly like AutoCAD, isn't it? So when you have multiple objects, Now we can see if it's now ghosted. Ghosted means like half transparent automatically, and you can see different object. I'll just maximize here. And if you go instead ghosted view to X-ray, you can see the X-ray view. X-ray means like it's really see through the object behind.
Mhm.
And you can go another view, but before moving to another view, I'll go to shaded view, so I can have shaded view. The shortcut is, by the way, you can press Control, hold Control key, Alt. Huh? Your brother. One moment. You need to use this. Okay. Okay.
How can you move left or right without?
Alt
Ah,
mouse.
So
Alt
when you
and
hold Alt key and from the gumball, if you move it, then you can copy. Copy at the same time it's moving. Okay.
don't
Does it work?
didn't manage to do it. No.
You hold your Alt key, Alt
Yeah,
key on your keyboard,
yeah, yeah.
and then from this gizmo, when you move it, then it will copy.
you must first press Alt and then move.
Yeah, and then move. So not press, hold it. You have to hold it.
Yeah, hold
Yeah,
it.
I'm holding it. If I go left click and hold that, it just go to the selection box. And if I holding the right click, it's just zoom out or zoom in.
You have to press left button. So
Yeah, I did, but
can you show
maybe
me your screen, maybe?
yeah. I'm sure I know what is Alt key, but let's see.
Did you change your keyboard on some other
Oh
language?
yeah, it's on English. Sorry,
Change and creation and then.
but still, it's the same. You
So
see,
yeah,
Okay, and then now
creation,
try.
and now when I'm pressing Alt button next to the space, yeah,
no,
First select
press select
element,
object. Press
and
select object.
open
okay,
And
keyboard.
then you need to enable gumball. If you go down,
okay,
there in on the below there you see gumball. Not there. That's the snap.
Behind this
Behind
sharing
this,
height.
okay,
you see the
You have
gumball
them.
exactly.
ah,
And then you can now if you
Now press Alt.
just
so
select,
I select the
yeah, and
item,
and
then
then Alt,
Alt.
hold Alt, and then move
I'm
the gizmo, and then move the gumball to the axis with the mouse left, but
Yeah, left mouse, take this green and move it. And now it's duplicated. Yeah.
yeah, but no, not that. Okay, that's I didn't catch that, but
Mm.
you see, I can move like that.
yeah, that's the orbit,
Yeah.
mouse right
And
button.
how can I go left, right? Like,
Pen. You mean you want to have pen? Pen
yeah.
is mouse. Hold your mouse right button and then move it. Then you can pen. You have to hold.
Ah, that's it. Yeah.
No, this is
But
still.
no, that's still the.
Okay, pen. Let me see.
You know
Sorry.
what I
Shift.
mean?
Shift. Hold your shift key and then mouse right button.
Ah, that was my question. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to move left, right.
For pen, it's
It's
called pen.
frustrating when I can only do this.
Yeah. It's called
Okay.
pen. Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Now
Okay.
I know it.
Let me resume my presentation now.
Yeah. Please do.
Okay. Always nice at the beginning when you run something, yeah? Nice
Yeah.
feeling. So basically, yeah, we're right. You can orbit object by holding mouse right button, and you can zoom in and out with the mouse wheel button. And if you hold shift key and hold your mouse right button, you can pan. Okay.
Yeah.
And also, if you let's say a lot of object there, have a lot of object in different location, let's say, then sometimes when you move it, you want to know some anchor point of your orbit, then select object and that's the anchor point of your orbit usually.
Hmm.
Ah, no, actually
Yeah.
Rhino doesn't matter because yeah, it doesn't matter. It's kind of Revit or 3ds Max. So ignore that part. It's just orbiting based on your mouse position, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Okay, so when you have a lot of object, you can change the layer. So I'm gonna show you how layer works. On the right side of your window, you have layers, yeah, layer structure, like
Mm,
AutoCAD. You can
yeah.
maybe you move it, you can undock to on the another position, or you can close it. If you accidentally close it, you can type layer, like AutoCAD, yeah, layer command, and you can dock somewhere if you want. Usually, as a default, layer should come here on the right side. And you can see there is layer name, same as AutoCAD. Yeah, you guys all know AutoCAD.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you have a lock or a color and etc. If you select mouse left to right, it's a window. You draw a window, yeah, mouse window. Sorry, like this window. If you draw left to right, you can see that this box has a solid window, which means any object they within this border, then they will be selected. For example, this one will be selected, this one will be selected, but this one not gonna select it, and this one is not going to select it. Yeah, this is same as Revit. On the other hand, when you go right to left, you can see um, um, this is like a oops, this is like dashed line, which
Mm-hmm.
means anything within the border, like anything
That is touched
that
will be
touched,
selected.
then they
Yeah.
will be selected. For
Or
example,
it's like in AutoCAD.
that's like AutoCAD. It's really like
Yeah.
AutoCAD. And when you select some object, you can change layer by coming on the here, and mouse hit my mouse right button, and you can change object layer.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go another side here, select.
So usually when you start the Rhino project, you have no layers. Is
You,
that right?
you,
Or or can you have some, like in Revit you have templates?
you can
Can
have
you have
template.
it?
Yeah, you can save it as a template file when you set the
Hmm.
layers.
Okay,
Good
okay.
question.
Because I can see that you have already layers and I do not have them.
Hmm. So
So I
when you
just wanted to.
go new file new, then you can you know you can select the template. I will not do it, but it will show you the template. When you select specific template, then that comes with the layer. Okay.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So here I'll just keep changing the color of the object, something like that. And also when you select on the left, you have property icon, which is like this colorful icon. And from there, you see the layer as a default, but you can change from here also. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we can change the layer. Um, and on bottom here, you can see now we are working with the world coordinates. Your mouse cursor, when you move it, it shows where the coordinates are from 0, 0. 0, 0 is here.
Yeah.
But you can click that as a local construction plane, then it also shows the coordinates based on your local coordinates. But right now, our construction plane is aligned to world coordinates. That's why it's the same as these things. But this construction plane, I'll get back to you later sessions so you can understand local coordinates later. And then here we have a meter as a unit. When you hit mouse right button above the meter and unit settings, if you click on unit settings, then this window pop up, and you can also change different unit here. It has like really a lot of units, even scientific units, which you never seen maybe in your life before.
Megameters.
Hmm.
That's for space.
Yeah, space aerospace design, because
Yeah.
Rhino is also being used for aerospace design and also automotive car design or ship design. So they use
Mm-hmm.
different scale. Um, And also you can set the tolerance, like which Revit does not support, but you can go really high precision if you want of your unit. But with the meters, 2 decimal is fine.
I think you can define the.
Yeah, you
Didn't
can
test how many decimals you can have.
in AutoCAD or Revit.
Revit.
Yeah, you can do it, but you know that if there is a 0.1, 0.05 millimeter difference, then you cannot like snap it or something in Revit, yeah?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's right.
Rhino never have this problem,
Hmm.
basically. And also you never have problem goes object beyond 33 kilometers away. Rhino never have problem. So it's really simple. And the great,
Common problem with linking DVGs.
Mhm, mhm, exactly. And if you press F7, you can hide the current work plane. And again,
Mhm.
press F7, it will show the grid. Okay.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Okay. So why I show you how to change layer is because when you come to the layer again, this is this pie, let's say pie with some layer icon that's indicating the layer. And from here, if you hit mouse right button from selected layer, and when you say select objects, then it select the all the object which belong to this layer. I'll show you one more time. Mouse right button, select objects. Okay.
Okay.
And if you want to select more than what you already select, you can hold your shift key and you can continuously adding the selection. And if
Mhm.
you hold control key, you can deselect from your current selection.
So it's reversed from the Revit.
It's a reverse from the Revit. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So you can also, while you are selecting the object, you can also draw the window to select more, yeah, or deselect by holding Control key. And another technique, you can also command here cell. You can say cell all, then it select all, or you can select one of the color here, the layer color, and you can type cell color. Then it will select all the object which has these colors. Okay, I'll do one more time. Cell color, it will select. It will select. Okay, simple, easy, is it?
Yeah, great.
Okay, and now also if you let's say you know that these objects are layers and different layer, that's why it shows different color. But it's because they are assigned on the property. Display color is assigned by layer. Okay, as a default. But if you can also still change their colors, even though they are, you know, belong to one specific layer. So I can keep changing different color from here. Yeah, but they are still belong to layer, uh, default layer. For example, if I select default, these guys are selected. So this color, shaded color, it doesn't mean that they are actually belong to one specific layer. So be careful. Sometimes it's tricky. And we practice this wireframe, shaded view, rendered, right? We did it before. And this one shortcut is if you hold Control key and Alt key and press S, then it's shaded view. Again, Control Alt key and then W key, then it's wireframe. Control Alt R is rendered view. And Control Alt X is X-ray view. Control Alt G is ghost view. So you have like a certain shortcut for this. Okay, does it work for you?
Yeah, yeah, it's work.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
And so we can also go more, for example, technical. You can go to technical drawing view, and it shows the like something object hidden from the face. Then it shows hidden line, yeah. And it's a little bit looks a bit funny because the your background color is not white, so it doesn't really look like how supposed to be. But when you go here display, now your background color, you can change this background color from use application setting to solid color. And from solid color, you can change this to white, for example. Then you can see this becomes really kind of technical drawing. Okay.
How did you get the display?
If you go here, this monitor icon, that's display icon.
But how you get it?
Right click and then activate display or Anzeige. Or...
No, here, and then here you have general settings and background. You see?
Yeah, but on top, where is this properties and layer? Click just on property on layer, right click, and then
Okay.
here.
You missing.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah, it's missing.
He's missing.
Yeah.
Or you can type just display property
Yeah,
and it
and
comes.
Now I have it. Now I
in
have
Rhino,
it.
this is super. You can type.
So you can also move those icons from display and
Yeah,
everything like that, left or right. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, so you can also go layer or display. You can customize the location of that. While you're in technical drawing, you can also turn on the shadow. As you can see, it takes a little bit of time. As you can see, the shadow is also turned on, which is great. The graphic is really beautiful. And now let's move on. We're going to disable shadow and enable shadow. And as you can see, yeah, the graphic is really nice about in Rhino. They improved a lot since Rhino 6. Now I'm going to go pen drawing. You can see pen drawing, and you can also turn on shadow. Yeah, I think in Rhino 8 they even developing the 3D sketch tool, so this pen drawing will be even looks nicer in work in progress Rhino 8. Okay, this is Arctic view that you can see the ambient shadow, and ray trace means it really shows the material of Rhino, and this is like a real-time render, so the noise level will become smoother and smoother with the time. And now let's go to the layer, and if I change the layer 1, the material of layer 1 to something else, what can we define? Let's go to more type here, and then on the import we can go to the Rhino material library, and there I'm going to select probably, let's go to wood, and then we can click on, yeah, it's a bit difficult to see, so I'll make a large view, and let's click on just whatever. Yeah. Let's assign, then you can see layer 1, the material changed to timber material, wood material. So that's really great. Now I'm going to just going back to the shaded view. So in the shaded view, the performance of course is much faster. And now what should they do? Okay, so you can create more layer by clicking on this new layer icon. Also you can create many sub layers which assign to the parent layer. You can delete, and you can you can also select them all and delete if you like. If you don't have any object, then these layers can be deleted easily. So I can also rename it by providing, and as you can see, I for the building A, and then we made a sub layer and type war, and these layers you can unfold and fold, so basically expand and collapse the sub layers by clicking on the arrow there. Yeah, it's very flexible. You can also select multiple layers and drag and drop to another layer, then these layers becomes a child layer of layer 5. Yeah, it's just very simple, which is similar to AutoCAD actually. So you just drag and drop. You can also select multiple layer by clicking control key, holding your control key, and you can assign to another layer. So it's very flexible. You can also select some of them, and you can drag out from that parent layer, then they become just another layer structure. So yeah, very easy and straightforward.
until
Mm-hmm.
until some line it is, but
Mm-hmm. And what is good when you import AutoCAD file, it will import all the layers structure from AutoCAD file, DWG file. Okay, the same.
so we should be careful about that.
Yeah,
Or
yeah. No, it's not
Because
bad.
it will. But if we
can you
have
purge
our
it?
own layers and then we
What
import
what
AutoCAD with
what
new
I
layers.
usually do reference and then put AutoCAD. And once I import, I know what's the imported layer. I put them all in here, basically.
Ah,
For
that,
Mm-hmm.
that,
example.
yeah,
Oh,
that's okay.
and purges exist. So if you want to purge it, same as AutoCAD, purge, and then it will ask what you want to purge. I want to
Ah,
purge layers as a yes, and then I enter all the layers which doesn't have object will be purged, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
And you can undo by doing Control Z. Control Y is to redo, undo, redo, undo, redo. Super nice, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, okay, so for the viewport, right now we are in perspective view, but you can do also on the set view, you can change to 2-point perspective. 2-point perspective means everything is vertical. Vertical line is orthogonal. For example, when you go just normal perspective, you will see when I zoom in, you will see some it's not really effect. Let me select all of them and I'm gonna scale it. Type scale 1D is a scaling factor and you can choose one point and second point, you can scale it up. When you see here with perspective view, you can see some distortion when you know the this vertical line is not 100% orthogonal. I don't know if you noticed it or not. It's a little bit slanted. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But when you change this one to set view 2-point perspective, you can clearly see everything is just orthogonal vertical. But it's still perspective view. This is
Mm-hmm.
good for architectural view, because architectural photography is always these two vertical lines are always orthogonal lines. Yeah. And if you go set view and make it to isometric, then it shows isometric view, like Revit or Rhino, like Revit between perspective and parallel view, yeah? And we can switch to perspective view. Is it clear?
yeah.
Um, yeah, so set view, you can change all this, and you can also, I'll go more detail later. But when you go to this set view on the property, you can also change camera focal length. For example, if I make it 22 millimeter lens, you can see the distortion is even more in perspective. Let's go to down to fisheye lens, like a 7 milli. Then you see the distortion is really big. Yeah. But if you change while you are in here perspective mode, you can see the lens change to small, but it's like you can see everything is vertical line. I'll just change to standard photography lens 50 mil. So 50 mil is like good standard bundle lens, camera lens. It's the same as physical lens.
Yeah.
I'll change to perspective. So that's basically like you have like viewport, and we looked at some layer structure today and simple property, and we saw some options for the display mode. Basically, it's very clear what you want to achieve. So if I go, for example, rendered view, and from the display mode, if I want to turn off shadow, it turns off. If I want to hide surface edges, it will turn off, as you can see. If I want to show iso curve, uh, surface iso, but because they are all at the moment extrusion, it doesn't have iso curve, which I'll explain next time. Yeah, and you can also go edit render settings. You can change more property. For instance, we have rendered view here, and on the object, if you want to change curve, right now it shows only one with one, but if I change to 3 and when I hit OK, sorry, edit render settings, object curve. maybe surface edge thickness. Sorry, this is the right one. So as soon as I change it, you see the different thickness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As a default is 1, but you can always change these settings while it's rendered view. When you change to shaded view, this setting disappear. Only when you go back to rendered view, it remembers your setting. Okay. Okay, so we also run like this mouse controlling of views with orbit, zoom in and out, and some selection options, cell, color, or cell material. Or we can also select by material name. So if you type cell material name, then the material name will be listed here. Right now, this one, the chestnut tree wood, you can select, and you can, you know. So cell really helps. Cell, surface, cell box. There are a lot of commands comes from cell command. I think today we do up to here, just very basic for the kickoff, and then we'll continue to move on some other more interesting parts next week. Okay.